thing to talk about now is the next test for all these guys. And the test that even you and I experienced after the photo shoot, and the test that the guys at the photo shoot are going to experience as well, and that is that post-event show cut recovery. And I really feel like most of the people where, like, you know, bodybuilding wasn't for them, you know, I probably wasn't in a position to do a photo shoot or cut or whatever. Most of them, it's like a manifestation of poor planning. And just like poor understanding of there's something else that we need to do that is just as important as everything else.
Yeah.
And that is recover. You know, understanding the state that their bodies are in, understanding where they're at mentally, and giving them an opportunity to just restore back to, you know, metabolic, hormonal, psychological.
Not being starved to death.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, you spend weeks, if not months, in this, like, you know, mode of famine. Yeah. You know, we'll call it. And then it's like, well, the first thing that your body's going to want to do after that is start to put like long-term energy supply back on it, which is body fat. It's not necessarily like the muscle size that people like kind of say. Like, yeah, there's ways to do that if you have intent. Yeah. But if you're not, if you're fluffing around, like, your body's like, hey, let's just get fat, cuz, you know, just in case this happens again, we're going to survive, you know. And then there's also the mental side of it. So you've got someone who's been like hyper rigid and you've taken control of all of their decision making. And then now you're going to go like, hey, make decisions for yourself freely now. Yeah. You know, there has to be an overlap in that. Yeah. You know, and there needs to be support with that too. So it just blows my mind. Like, well, it doesn't blow my mind, but like I get so upset and sad for the people when you see them a month after the show or 6 weeks and they're just, I can tell someone who just hasn't had that support or planning. Yeah. And you're just like, oh, it took 6 weeks to lose that 5 months of work, you know, or 18 months for some people, you know, and then you're just like, well, how long is that going to take you to get back? Yeah. You know? Which kind of sucks.
And that's how you end up in that consistent fucking yo-yo back and forwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, oh, bodybuilding wasn't for me. It's like, was it? So really?
And bodybuilding ruined my hormones. So.
Yeah. It's like, no, just the, you know, rapid influx in calories with the overtraining and all that kind of jazz did. So, yeah, like obviously down regulation and metabolism from losing a substantial portion of body weight. And then there's like a skew in the hunger regulation of your hormones, because we got satiating hormones which, you know, start to suppress because our body wants to send like the more signals calories of hunger to eat more. And then we've got an amplification of hunger signaling because our body's like, hey, let's get more food in. Yeah. So that in conjunction with what we're supposed to be doing, which is tapering the activity, because some of these people are doing like 12, 13,000 steps a day, 5 days of training, 3 sessions of actual prescribed cardio. Yeah. It's a lot of fucking work. Yeah. So it's like you take those down and then you're increasing food. And if you have no rules and restrictions and support with that, that is a recipe for disaster, my bro. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So what people get wrong is they think recovery means doing nothing. Mm-hmm. They think it's just moving on to the next thing, or not having anything to move on to at all. Rushing back to like hard training, hard dieting, because they'll lose the physique that they have. Yep. Ignoring all of the things that have come as a side effect of the pursuit of being on stage lean, which is like the hunger, the fatigue, the mood, the libido, the stress signals, because, you know, disciplined bodybuilders, you know, just continue to work hard. It's like, no, we got to pump the brakes now. Yeah. You know, especially if you want longevity in the sport, you know? Yeah. And then just that belief that the physique that you had for that week is like what you should have forever. Yeah. So it's like had to push that really hard. It's like, you know, about 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks, depending on like which show, how many shows you did. I'm like, that's probably good for you. Yeah. And I've just been saying to them, like, you'll probably put on, you know, 5 to 10% of your body weight, you know, just to give you something to look for, and you'll probably feel great at that amount. Yeah. Just to be realistic with them so that they're not like, 1 to 2 kilos. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's not that much. Yeah. You know,
we had a look into the 3DMJ kind of predictions. I think they were, whatever the percentage worked out to, it was like 300 grams a week for Sandra's body weight. Yeah. And I was like, but you're going to put on probably 2 kilos this week. Yeah. Just from fluid, carbs.
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
That kind of stuff. Like, be prepared for that. And then we metric everything off.
Yeah.
kind of 200 to 300 a week is enough?
I would say 60, 61 for Sandra. It won't happen next week.
Correct.
But I reckon she'll feel the best at between 60 and 61.
Yeah.
Kayla will be between 55 and 56, I would say.
Yeah.
And
it kind of worked.
Going to be like 80, about 78, I reckon.
Kind of worked out pretty well. So she booked a holiday, but it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have this like 2 weeks of control.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you go show, we're on holidays.
Oh, nah.
Like that would just be so much fucking harder.
Give me anxiety.
Yeah.
Just letting them go like that too.
So we've done the one off-plan meal per week. Like you said, you don't just have free decision making. It's like the easy macros. And you're hitting those. And she actually messaged me like, I know I need to reintroduce it, but like you have one, but it's not 3. You don't have entree, main, dessert.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Dessert.
Yeah, it's like a meal no different to how you would feed every other time.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that should work pretty well. And we're just tapering up a little bit over the couple of weeks.
Absolutely. So I think it's really important to like try and get the person back to, I guess, like their projected maintenance calories as fast as possible. But I think there's also a little bit of a consideration of just like, make sure you're working with the athlete to ensure that they're comfortable with that rate of gain. So like obviously, you work with coaches, you see people online, kind of authorities in the space and stuff, and they just like get them back and, at all means necessary. Only because the upregulation in like all of those things metabolically, specifically and hormonally, will happen faster.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely right. But I still think that there's just like a tiny bit of like just working with the person and just making sure that they're in a position where they can deal with like just their body changing.
You gotta balance the psychology with
absolutely
the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. Like, sure, food noise goes away quicker, but if you see a scale number go too quick, can you just be like, well, fuck it?
And especially if these, like some of them have like photo shoots booked after the preps and stuff. So you're like, again, you got to know what you're trying to deploy and then go, right, well, here's the scenario for that particular individual and like what's going to work best for them. But planning the phase is important. So making sure that like prep's not over once the stages start. Like there's still structure, there's still check-ins, there's still data. Having that reverse out, like tapering the activity levels, a little bit of change in training as well. Like I know with the guys, like I'm just repriming their movements and just bringing back variability, accessing some positions that we didn't necessarily kind of access in prep.
Sorry.
Just because we want to just like really stable, easy. Less complicated exercises. So now I'm like bringing back like just more, I guess, like quote unquote, like functional positions, and then just restoring those patterns for like 4 to 6 weeks. And it's like, cool, let's dig up, like push after that,
I literally told Sandra that if I could, I would change every exercise. It's like, after states, she was just like, this program, I fucking hate it. I hate my life. It's like, all I want. So it was like she wasn't even like talking about food, or it's just like, I just want a new program.
I haven't put goblet reverse lunge in a program for one of my bodybuilders forever.
Yeah. And
like that was Kayla's like main lift for one of her lower body days.
Yeah.
I was just like, yep, this is just necessary.
Yeah.
So yeah, like change in training, focus more on technique, not necessarily like tension, stimulus, etc. Get all the hubs moving, get them moving well, slow the movements down so that like they're just targeting the tissue better, and then you just ramp up things, in the future.